Hello, and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am doing a reading for fire signs today. Scorpio, no, no. Scorpio is the fire sign of the water signs, but no. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Interesting. That got him out of my mouth. It's general and it's timeless, and yeah, so take what resonates. And if it really doesn't, feel free to check out any of my other videos. They are all timeless and all placements. And yeah, okay, let's just dive in. That threw me off a little bit. I'm going to start with the wisdom of the oracle and get the baseline of the story. And then I will clarify with some other decks. Thank you all so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing and helping my channel to grow. I am very, very grateful. And Jojo made it. Good morning. Thanks for being here. All right, here we go. Let's dive in. So we've got time to go in protection, which means in reverse, number 45. And go the distance, 47. Interesting because air signs got go the distance in reverse yesterday, right? Yeah. And TikTok in reverse. Sorry, protection. Whatever, doesn't matter. 30. um Okay, so hang on. Okay, so let me speak to these first ones. So there's and I say that because I want to read TikTok in protection, but there's a situation here that feels like it's ending, that feels like it's over, but in fact, it's just more of a break. It's something that is going to come back around. It's not completely over, although you may be feeling like you need to walk away as if it is. Um, you ha- you could have some kind of you're maybe doing something that requires your a lot of your attention, a lot of your energy. This is about the long haul. Let me look at TikTok. TikTok and protection. Let me put on my glasses. Let's see. Okay, so have you been feeling as if the clock is ticking and gotten a little nervous that your dreams are taking too long to manifest? There's nothing to fear. You will never run out of time for the important things. The miracles that are yours and yours alone can't be missed. Okay, hang on. Let me look at go the distance. It's like I feel like I'm getting a couple of things here, and I'm trying to wrap my brain around this. So go the distance, endurance, strength, and the long haul. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there's no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. So it's like you've bumped up against some kind of obstacle where you feel like you need to walk away. And it's all about focusing on the opportunities that you do have in front of you, the doors that are unlocked, are open for you to walk through. It's a mixed bag. And there's some, and you're feeling like you're running out of time, like especially when you have to walk away from something or someone where you were feeling very hopeful, where it seemed really like there was great potential, and now you're like basically having to act as if it's over, or you feel as if it's done. um that could be, it could be crushing. It could be really difficult because you're like, but I'm running out of time. But this was supposed to happen in this way. Like I need it to happen now, and it's not. And so you could be having a hard time reconciling that, like, because when we get disappointed, it can be difficult to kind of recalibrate. um but this is happening because there's a, it's helping you to build your endurance, build your strength, to understand that yes, things happen in life that we don't plan for. Curveballs come at us from out of nowhere, and we're forced to have to like pivot and figure out how to deal with things um, that are unexpected and not always very welcome. But it's just what, it's what helps us grow. So I'm going to dive in and see what more about what this is about. And the sun made it. Hello, good morning. Thanks for joining. I'm going to go with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. We've got Justice, Libra energy, Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. You could be coming to an understanding, a truth within yourself around wanting some kind of reciprocity with someone from your past, or someone that you feel you have really strong soul bond with. Maybe you're actually getting some kind of justice. That's sort of truth. The sort of truth in the scales. It's like cutting away what doesn't serve in order to create balance. Maybe there's some kind of justice that is coming into a situation. Maybe it doesn't feel like justice. Or maybe you recognize that it is, and that's why you're walking away. It's possible you could have felt breadcrumbed. Like there was somebody giving more to something or someone else than they were giving to you. But in the end, there's this feeling of, I don't know, it could go either way. It could be where you feel like you weren't getting the justice in a situation, and that's why you had to walk away because you weren't getting what you needed. But then also in deciding to walk away, you could, from something or someone, you could be entering into a situation where suddenly someone shows up that fits fits your idea of what you actually wanted, that is so much more in alignment with who you are and what you're after. So let me keep going. I'm going to go with the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot. We've got Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit. So Queen of Pentacles, that's uh come on, brain. It's Earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I think specifically Virgo. Um and Hermit is also Virgo. And the Hanged Man, which is Pisces. Yeah. Um so the Hermit and the Hangman together. Um, these are two very similar energies. It's all about gaining some kind of new perspective, going within and tapping into that inner wisdom, shining that light in order to see what direction to go in, how to proceed. But it's also an energy with both of these of solitude, of kind of being put in a timeout or putting oneself in a timeout. It's like you could realize that you need to nurture and care for yourself. You need to focus on things that you want to cultivate, things, situations, relationships where there's potential, where there's more potential than what you were dealing with. But in order to do that, you have to take some time to yourself, however that looks, you know, um, really, however that looks. Yeah, I mean, meaning like, maybe you're just deciding to like, spend your weekends on your own going for a walk in nature or something, or you're spending time just kind of reading, or I don't know. It's different for everybody, but ultimately this is taking that time for oneself. Let me clarify that Queen of Pentacles real quick. Seven of Wands. Yeah, see, you're feeling defensive and about a situation that you have had to walk away from. And this is bringing it back to the people in your life that you love, and most importantly, to yourself, getting grounded um, and stable, focusing on your abundance. So I'm going to go with the Tarot of Transcendence. Yes, roles can be reversed, as always. Just tapping into the energy. Apply it as it fits. Ooh, we've got the Fool, Aries energy, and the Chariot, Cancerian, and the Queen of Swords. Wow. I like this. This really is speaking to go the distance. And look, these two are very similar colors. This Queen of Swords and go the distance. It's like you're excited about a new beginning. You're kind of, you're stepping into this childlike energy of becoming more playful, starting something new, taking a risk, taking a leap of faith, doing something that feels really fun to you. This is a part of what you've learned. This is a part of your journey to enlightenment. Is you're realizing, like, why so serious? um life is meant to be enjoyed. And whatever you were dealing with or have been dealing with, it's it's been a little bit of a wet blanket and just like bringing you down. And it's like once you get into this energy, this like playful, fun, optimistic energy, just going for something, things pick up very quickly. It's, you know, 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds or whatever. Like it just the momentum built rapidly. And that's not to say there aren't obstacles, because there always are. And that's the thing about the chariot, is there's always duality. There are always opposing forces, and the point of the chariot is to keep everything going in the same direction, to wrangle the energies, to wrangle the things in order to ultimately get to that finish line, to get your victory. And a part of this has to do with what you've learned, the lessons you've learned through your experiences, through the one you've been dealing with and the ones that came before that. Understanding that it's really important to speak your truth, to be very honest about w- what's important to you and what you will and won't put up with, setting healthy boundaries. And you're very clear on this. You're very clear on who you are, on what you want, on your priorities. She's got this sword sticking straight out, and you're like, nobody is going to come at me without being vetted first. You can keep your distance, and we'll talk with you over there. And I love that there's these butterflies too. And the bird up here, the bird to me represents freedom. The butterflies are all about transformation and metamorphosis. You are figuring out, or are going to, or have figured out um, something about yourself that is very, you just know what you want and what's right for you, or you're going to get to that point. It's like, I don't know, I feel like you're overcoming this feeling of time's running out. You get to a point where you understand the purpose of divine timing, that things don't always happen when we want them to happen, because there's a reason for it. There are lessons to learn. If we always got what we wanted at every turn, um, we would be quite miserable, because, as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for, because it might come true. We don't always want the things we think we want. So, it's there's a reason for patience, and divine timing, because it actually keeps us, um it helps us steer clear of things that would otherwise be huge headaches and difficulties, huge headaches and very difficult to deal with. Yay, Rebecca is here. Hello, thanks for joining. Oh, and Redbeard too. Awesome sauce. So glad you guys joined. Okay, so I'm going with the Lightseers. Lightseers deck. All right, so we've got the 9 of Wands. and the Ace of Cups. And the Eight of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. See, this Nine of Wands really speaks to this time to go. It's realizing that even though you've been through it, you have to persevere. You have to keep moving. It also speaks to this going the distance. It's like you get knocked down, you got to pick yourself back up again. And this is you being determined to continue to carry on despite whatever you've been through, despite the pain, the I mean, I'm even getting agony, like despite the hardships. This is you moving forward towards a new beginning, a new beginning in love, and that could be romantic love, doesn't have to be. It's all about letting filling yourself first and letting your heart overflow with the love that is, that you're cultivating for yourself. And it's that idea of filling your own cup. And once it's full, once you fill your own cup, then there's plenty to give, plenty to go around. And maybe that's what happened in the past is you weren't filling your own cup. You were showing up with an empty cup, expecting it to somebody else to fill it. And this is you kind of, you've been through it and now you understand you're in charge of your happiness. And you can choose to give your love where you want to. But it always starts with you. Now, this Eight of Swords, it's like it's like you're excited for a new beginning. You're feeling moved by something or someone, and you're wanting to invest, to put your heart into it. But there is some anxiety around this because of what you've been through. Because there's worry that you're going to encounter the same thing that you did before. And that can happen sometimes. The universe throws the same lessons our way until we learn them. And so there could be this kind of this feeling of is it can is this going to happen? Is this going to turn out badly? Is this going to hurt me the way I've been hurt before? Am I going to end up battle worn and bruised and scarred again? Maybe. But the most important thing is to try to get out of that fear mindset, to get into that optimistic, playful energy. Not everybody is the same. We do learn our lessons. Things Sometimes things are good. It's a mixed bag, right? Um, you're learning to be resilient and strong through your experiences. And there may be some anxiety that comes up, but guess what? It's an illusion. It's in your head. She's this is her reflection in the mirror. She's not even looking at herself. This is just an idea of what you think you're dealing with or who you think you are, or feeling tied and bound and attacked. But in reality, when you really bring it back to this moment, you're okay. Most of the time in this moment, you're okay. And it's really important to just yeah, bring that back. Bring yourself back to the present. I'm going to go with the Mystic Mondays Tarot, right? Yes. Yes, I am. Four of Wands, Eight of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles again. This feels like you could be leaving a marriage, leaving some kind of commitment, something you committed to for the long haul that you realize isn't working for you because you really need to focus on yourself and your own abundance and creating stability for yourself and your loved ones. You could be a parent. You could be moving away from someone who's a parent, choosing to swim to brighter shores. It's all dark here at the deep end, and it's like going to the shallow end where you can find your footing. I don't know. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles it's your energy. It's that energy of stepping into, again, being stable and grounded and just nurturing, understanding how to nurture yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is the master gardener, is able to take that seed and turn it into the bountiful harvest. And so you're just you have a seed that you want to cultivate. And there's anxiety around this. There's anxiety around walking away from something ultimately, but you know you have to. Even though it's not over, but it might as well be for now. Wisdom of Avalon. Whoa. Cards are flying. The Wind Fairy. Thoughts, words, intellectual analysis, which is what the Queen of Swords is all about. Yep. You're learning how to think differently, how to use your words, to set these healthy boundaries, to ultimately get in control of your own thoughts. It's one of the four agreements. Miguel Ruiz, be impeccable with your with your words, which leads back to being impeccable with your thought, which is practically impossible. That's a good thing to try and work towards. And then we have the goblin, wounded human ego. He's very cute, he or she. And the queen, woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. There's it's complex. You're human. you have you have these different parts of you. There's a part of you that does feel wounded. That's why you feel like you need to walk away from something that it's hard when we're feeling rejected. We're like, well, F you too. I don't care. I don't care about you. You know, you could be dealing with someone too who's acting this way. And that's why you're like, I'm sorry. I gotta go in another direction. This isn't working for me. Maybe you say something to someone and they're like, screw you. But ultimately, this is this queen. The queen again, like we've gotten the Queen of Pentacles twice. It's this similar kind of energy where it's that feminine power, and there's no gender here. Anybody can embody this energy, which is all about receiving and being more intuitive and in tune with the energies around you. It's like rather than taking action and being like laser focused and going for something and having that intense drive, it's all about just sitting back and waiting for things to come in, and surrendering and allowing to what is meant what is meant for you ultimately. And you're focusing on cultivating friendships. y- you're you're focusing that fertility piece. You're focusing on what you can birth into the world that is going to be fulfilling, something that is really close to your heart. So let me go with finish with a rune card. On Suze. Oh, we've got abundance here, potentially prosperity, financial prosperity, getting some kind of wish, some kind of good fortune, perhaps. Good food. Oh man, I love myself some good food, especially Asian food. Oh man. Let's see. Ansus. Strongly associated with divine communication, this rune card suggests that you need to pay close attention to messages and advice offered to you, either written or spoken. Interesting. Message and advice offered to you. So there could be somebody here too who's giving you advice or saying something to you that, there's something you can get from it. However, this card goes far deeper than mere external communication and indicates that the true insight you are seeking can only be found by searching within. Learn from and be inspired by the wisdom that external voices or divine signs such as coincidences offer, but also be a discerning spiritual seeker from the inside out. And that's exactly what these two cards are talking about. Excuse me. This means doing your research and forming your own opinions rather than simply accepting all that you are told or presented with by others. It also means having the courage and humility to question your own assumptions and preconceptions. Personal transformation is about being open minded enough to search for what is true, even if that truth is at times uncomfortable to confront. And that's what's happening too. Um, you're having to look at truths that are uncomfortable or a specific truth, which is why you feel this need to walk away or you are walking away. But it's the ultimate journey because it's the journey back to yourself. And you're learning how to navigate something in a much more um mature way, and like some in a way that's much more fulfilling to you because you're learning your lessons, you're learning from the past, and you're saying, okay, I have to do things differently than I've done them before in order to get what I want, and releasing the need for things to happen in a certain way. Something's going to come back around, and you're going to, at that point, be changed because of all that you're going through. And when that comes back, you may be at a point where you're like, oh, either I'm going to set new parameters, new boundaries, or I'm going to say, you know what? I this doesn't match me anymore. This doesn't fit anymore. Um and you're gonna be sitting pretty on your throne. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thanks again so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.